Namaste friends. A very important astrological development is about to happen on 23rd September 2020. Yes, it's a development that has occurred 18 years back. Shadow planets Rahu and Ketu change their signs. Rahu moves from Gemini to Taurus while Ketu enters from Sagittarius to Scorpio. This happened 18 years back as Rahu Ketu take 18 years to complete one full round of the zodiac. I am Satish Menon, a practicing astrologer, spiritual speaker and life guide. Such an important astronomical development brings about many changes both at a world level and at an individual level too. Through this video, I will be explaining how the position change of Rahu and Ketu are about to influence our individual lives. Stay connected. I'm going to cover each of the 12 zodiac signs and discuss how the new placement of Rahu and Ketu are going to affect each sign here. When I mean each zodiac sign, one has to see it on the basis of the position of moon sign as well as the position of ascendant. To learn more about what's a moon sign or ascendant sign, you can check out my previous video right here. I will also leave a link in the description below. Okay. Few words on Rahu and Ketu first. Rahu and Ketu aren't planets that are tracked physically, but they are Chaya Grahas or shadowy planets. Rahu is termed as the north node while Ketu is termed as the south node of moon itself. The earth goes into an orbit around the sun while the moon orbits around the earth. The moon's orbit is a bit tilted, which therefore cuts into the earth's orbit at two different points. North node or Rahu is one end where moon's orbit cuts the earth orbit, and south node or Ketu is the other end. As such, moon represents the mind. The north node or Rahu is an extreme representation of illusion or Maya that our mind is trapped in, whereas the south node or Ketu is the other extreme of moksha or salvation that all of us ultimately will head towards. Hence, the Rahu-Ketu axis is considered to be of high karmic significance and is very instrumental in our spiritual development. It is capable of creating both opportunities and obstacles to nudge us, to push us to find our true spiritual self. That is why Rahu is considered to have 5th and 9th house aspects, because 5th house refers to our children, our future, our punya, and 9th house refers to our ancestors, our past, our dharma. We will talk about them as we get along. Right then, let's begin. Purely on the basis of location, Rahu enters Taurus or Vrishabha, which is owned by its teacher, its guru, Shukra or Venus. Hence, a very welcome place for Rahu. While Ketu enters Scorpio or Vrishchika, which is considered as Ketu's own house. Again, a positive.
Rahu and Ketu will stay in these signs till April 12, 2022. That is, approximately 18 months they will stay in these signs itself.
Let's see the significance sign by sign now. Each significance has to be taken in collaboration with your present dasha and other planets placed in your horoscope. You can visit my website www.asksatishlifeguide.com for a personal consultation if you like. For people who have Aries as a moon sign or ascendant sign, Rahu enters the second house of Dhanasthan and Kutumbasthan, that is, finance and family. Rahu from placement and aspect covers your 2nd, 6th and 10th house, that is the Artha Trikona, indicating income and occupation. Profession and finance will take priority for you. If you have been working on some projects or initiatives in the recent past, you have a very good chance of converting it into income. You will overcome all your competition and will get much recognized in the line of occupation. The flip side is caution while discussing money matters, especially with family. There are chances of getting into arguments with family. Ketu visits your 8th house. It's the house associated with transformation. A spiritual planet like Ketu will bring about a spiritual transformation. Ketu and 8th house both indicate deep knowledge, occult, spiritual sadhanas, etc. will open up for you. Next, for Taurus moon sign or Taurus ascendant sign. For Taurus sign, Rahu comes into your first house of self. It can make you super ambitious. It will offer you intuition. It aspects your 5th house of higher intelligence and creativity. Your creative juices will flow really well now. Through the aspect on your 9th house, it will bring you opportunities to connect with foreigners, visit foreign countries, work with foreign companies, etc. Health of children and elders in the family may need particular attention. Ketu, for a Taurus sign, moves into the 7th house of marriage and business. Chances are it may create some negative ripples with life and business partner. So do take care there. Next, for Gemini moon sign or Gemini ascendant. For Gemini, Rahu enters your 12th house and influences the 4th and 8th houses. 12th and 8th house are considered negative houses, but still Rahu, being a Maya Karaka, can help you earn, especially for things related to foreign exchange, import-export, foreign education and so on. If you are a student planning to go and study abroad, this could be a good time to prepare and execute your plans. Since there is a mention of 4th and 8th house, Rahu could indicate hallucinations and some unknown fear of loss and lower confidence during this period. One could feel a bit negative and aggressive. Interest in spiritual discussions could go up. Ketu in 6th house helps you win over your competition. So as I mentioned earlier, for students writing competitive exams, this is a good placement of Ketu. Next, for Karka or Cancer moon sign or ascendant sign. For Cancer sign, Rahu enters the 11th house or the Labhasthana of the house of gains and fulfillment of desires. That is very highly positive. 11th house is house of friends, and in professional setup it could represent your team, your colleagues. Rahu influences your 3rd house of communication, short travels and 7th house of business transactions. So you will have business related opportunities from friends, communication with foreigners, even thoughts of setting up your own business, etc. during this particular phase. On the flip side, it influences the house of siblings and therefore it may create some misunderstandings with your siblings which you should be careful about since Rahu is involved. Ketu enters the 5th house of romance and being a blocking planet, it indicates that there will be some relationship challenges with the partner and it could undergo some form of change or transformation. As I mentioned earlier, Ketu is in Scorpio, the sign of transformation. That's why such a transformation is possible in area of relationships. Next, to Leo or Simha Rashi, moon sign or ascendant. For Leo, Rahu moves into the 10th house of occupation and influences the 2nd house of finance, family and 6th house of service, diseases, etc. From occupation point of view, it indicates popularity, new opportunities. You may become super aggressive career-wise. Financially, it will be a positive period. But since Rahu is a Maya Karaka or illusion specialist, please beware of fast money-making opportunity traps. As I mentioned, Rahu influences 6th house of service too, where Saturn is presently there. So it will bring in new opportunities and keep your work life very hectic, very hardworking. Ketu is there in the 4th house for you, which means you could possibly stay away from home or be disconnected with domestic matters because of your work schedule. Now, for Virgo or Kanya moon sign or ascendant. For Virgo sign, Rahu Ketu activates the 9-3 axis. Rahu enters the 9th house of Bhagyasthana, the house of Dharma, religion, father, guru, etc. Now, mythologically, Rahu is considered a demon. So, a demon visiting a Dharma house will not be considered auspicious. So, it does indicate struggle and rebellious thoughts, natures with respect to religion. You will question your religious beliefs, your faith a lot. Relations with seniors in the family, especially father and teacher, will not be great. Career-wise, it will affect negatively, yes. However, it can bring you opportunities of higher learning, higher education, research, especially if you plan to go abroad to do your higher studies, then it is good for you. It can also pull you towards speculation, stock markets, which you have to be very careful of. Otherwise, you will end up losing a lot of money. Ketu in third house could make you dabble into multiple things at the same time. You will begin many projects but may not be able to complete most of them, leaving you a bit frustrated. For Libra or Tula Rashi, moon sign or ascendant. For Libra, Rahu enters the 8th house. 8th house is termed to deal with death, obstacles, transformation, etc. So for people related in professions to insurance advisory, this will be a good time. Also, if you are expecting inheritance or unearned income of any sort, it will be a good time for you too. If you are married, your in-laws could receive some substantial wealth during this particular period. Rahu influences 4th house and 12th house. So, on one side, it triggers matters related to the real estate area. Investing in new home, etc. will be a priority. On other side, it also triggers some uncontrolled expenses. Ketu sits in the 2nd house of family and finances. There will be challenges in those areas. Income may not be generated to the extent you anticipate, and similarly, family related issues could crop up for you. For Scorpio or Vrishchika moon sign or ascendant, Rahu enters the 7th house for a Scorpion. It represents business partner, life partner, etc. It influences your 11th and 3rd house. So, if you are into any form of business, there will be good gains and communication received through business will be great. Contacts and benefits with foreigners is seen. On the flip side, it can tend to introduce confusion between you and your spouse. Always advisable to be aware of your anger and ego and have a clear communication to avoid misunderstandings and communication with your partner. Ketu sits in the 1st house here, which will lead you to be more spiritually oriented. You may find yourself getting involved more in meditations and trying to find the deeper meaning of life. Next is Sagittarius or Dhanu Rashi, moon sign or ascendant. Rahu enters the 6th house of Rogasthana, Shatrusthana for Sagittarians. Yes, health-wise, it's good to be careful because you are prone to lifestyle diseases here. From a competition point of view, you will have a positive time. You will win competitions, litigation if there are any. It will be in your favor only. 6th house is seen for service and job. Rahu in that position means high priority will be allotted for job and you will do it really well. Ketu, however, moves into the 12th house. 12th house is Moksha Sthana and Ketu is also associated with Moksha or salvation. So if you get involved with yoga, meditation, spiritual causes, NGOs and charity organizations, these are very much possible during this phase. Next is Capricorn or Makara moon sign or ascendant. For Capricorn, Rahu enters the 5th house. Remember, Saturn is already in Capricorn and from October onwards, Jupiter will also transit Capricorn sign. So, for Capricorn sign, 5th house and its connected influences on 9th house will be predominant. Rahu in 5th can be very good for people in the creative field like acting, design, arts, and they will have many opportunities to present their work. It can make you very knowledgeable in religious scriptures. However, it can also give you some differences with your own loved ones. Your partners need to be taken special care of. Do not invest or speculate into stocks without proper study or understanding. Money can get stuck there. Ketu in the same way is in the 11th house of gains and fulfillment of desires. A blocking planet like Ketu entering the 11th house means that there will be more specific focus on fulfilling selected desires instead of running behind many of them. Also, 11th house indicates friends and elder siblings. Some discord, some distance from them is seen here. You may also choose and identify your true friends during this particular time phase. For Aquarius or Kumbha moon sign or ascendant. For Aquarius sign, Rahu enters the 4th house and influences the 8th and 12th houses. It will be a time for significations like home, real estate, new property buying, vehicle buying, especially very good since Rahu indicates a wheel and in a sign of Venus, it indicates luxury vehicles. There will be, however, challenges to mother in terms of some differences of opinion as well as her health. That should be taken care of. You should keep expenses in check. Typically, expenses related to home building, home renovation, decoration, etc. is foreseen here. Avoid getting into any kind of altercations at home and family functions. It will spoil your domestic life. Ketu for Aquarians visits the 10th house of occupation or profession, the Karmasthana. So, change of job is foreseen. It's a time to do job with more detailing, more perfection and hard work will be required. For Pisces or Meena moon sign or ascendant sign. Rahu sits in your 3rd house and makes aspect on 11th and 7th house. 3rd house is termed as the Parakram Sthan or a place for courage, bold and decision making, new initiatives, etc. There will be a lot of communication and collaborations with teams represented by the 11th house and customers 7th house. This is a good period to do short projects which will get done successfully within a short period of time and will also be gainful. Be careful while communicating with siblings. Again, as Rahu influences 3rd and 11th house here, means younger and elder siblings both. As far as Ketu is concerned, it goes into your 9th house in this case. 9th house is the house of religion and dharma. Ketu is a spiritual planet. So, there will be visits to pilgrimage places during this time. Add to that, Rahu is also in the 3rd house. So, some of you may frequently have short travels and visits to temples and pilgrimage spots. That's it, friends. That was a complete round of all the different signs and the way Rahu Ketu change of position will influence each one of them. Of course, as I mentioned, nothing happens in isolation. We need to check the dashas that you are running and the position of the planet in one's birth chart before coming to a confirmed conclusion. But yes, these can be taken as pointers for a broader direction. To have a detailed understanding of your horoscope, you can visit my website www.asksatishLifeGuide.com and leave your contact and birth details there. I do provide a one-to-one detailed consultation. The link is also in the description box below. My next video is going to be very significant, very interesting. Do subscribe to my channel for sure. I hope you found this video useful. Do let me know in the comments box below. Like, share and subscribe to my channel and also follow me on my Facebook page. See you very soon. Till then, take care.